Legends Frank and Jesse James are portrayed in a new movie by two legends in country music. Johnny Cash and KRIS Christopherson were on location in Tennessee for the filming of this made-for-TV movie. Janet Tyson has the story.
For a day, the average American town of Springfield, Tennessee, took a step back in time. Through the magic of Hollywood come to Tennessee, Springfield became Huntington, West Virginia in the 1880s for the making of the NBC network movie, The Last Days of Frank and Jesse James. Local schools turned this historic event into a field day for the kids. Residents lined their once familiar downtown street, obliterated under authentic mud and manure, hoping to catch a glimpse of the heroes who play outlaws. Johnny Cash rode tall in the saddle, and even behind a mask, there's no mistaking Christopherson's eyes. Unlike most made-for-TV movies, this one is being shot entirely on location, in the state where the James boys spent some of their last days living and looting.
We could have made this film in California, but it would have looked like a California Western, desert, like a John Ford Western, Monument Valley, Arizona, and it's just not right for this film. This film took place in the fields, the valleys, the farms.
Is this proof that the Western is indeed on the comeback trail?
We're not really making a Western. We're making a Southern, and that's why we came to the South, because this is the right place. I mean, it's the accurate place. Even this town, Springfield, where we're shooting today, we wouldn't find this anywhere else. I mean, this is the way it really looked.
I feel like this is a role I was born to play. I didn't have to change my mind to be Jesse James. Pictures that I have of him look so much like me when I was in the Army, when I was his age, that it's spooky. And John is so much like Frank James that our relationship is a lot like Jesse and Frank were too.
As the story goes, Frank tries to convince Jesse to go straight.
I'm on my farm, I plow, I drive a mule team, and cut lumber, and a little bit of everything, and Jesse comes by one day when I'm exhausted from driving the mules and plowing and says, "One more bank." And I say, "Just one more?"
During a break in the action, another outlaw, Waylon Jennings, showed up, and Cash proudly showed off his wardrobe, worn by John Wayne in the movie True Grit. Johnny and KRIS also shared some time with a group of severely handicapped children.
Like Johnny Cash song? Good. I keep a close watch on this heart of mine. I keep my eyes wide open all the time.
In his concern for kids, Cash points out that this movie does not glorify the legendary outlaws.
It shows them as cold-blooded killers. It also portrays them as human beings who had wives and children, and who, both of them, tried to settle down on a farm, and for one excuse or another, because they were bored, because they were broke, they went back to their old ways.
The Last Days of Frank and Jesse James also stars Ed Bruce with a cameo appearance by Willie Nelson and is slated to air in February.